you want to go in, you know, like these men have, besides, I mean, I get that, you know, their motivation to get out and not be killed is something, but you still are dealing with very loose cannon kind of people.
Well, yeah, and I love that a lot of them still try to escape pretty much immediately when they get off, even though, and to avoid that happening, he basically tells everyone, he's just like, if one of you fucks this up, you're all just going to get immediately executed. That's
so then it brings that whole kind of that
they have to come together. They have to become a unit,
which leads into that great scene with, I think it's Franco, who seems at first to be the loose end.
I love John Cassavetes. By the way, you've seen John Cassavetes stuff, because I know that you've seen Rosemary's Baby. He's the guy in that.
Oh yeah,
he just plays such like a wounded American man type so well.
Yeah,
because in Rosemary's Baby, he's the guy who literally sells his girlfriend's body to Satan for an acting career.
Yep.
And that just kind of like insecurity and desperation and stuff. He's just so good at it.
Well, yeah, because he goes from like in this film, he'll go from this kind of almost funny, energetic character to someone that's completely just off his rocker, and he's unpredictable. You're not sure if he's, you know, trying to be your friend, or if he's just going to escape the next moment, or if he's going to deny somebody. Like one of the Major's orders, he does that plenty of times throughout the film, where he's just like, nope, fuck you. And he seems to be one of the only ones.
I love that one where he doesn't march when they're all in the marching line. He doesn't march. Yeah. And he's just like, why aren't you marching? He's like, you can't make me do shit. I'm fucking on death row. And then he's just like, march or I'll fucking beat the shit out of you. And then he just beats the shit out of him.
Yeah. Another thing with the Major and him is when the Major basically, he like tells him to come at him or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he dodges it. Yeah. And then as Franco is coming from behind him, he like flips him over and kicks him right in the face. That's the same
scene, yeah.
So violent too. Like he didn't have to do that. He kicks him twice in the face, just to show him who's boss.
And all in front of the military police.
And then the best part is when he's like, "What did you see?" And he was like, "Oh, it was purely self-defense. That's all it was." So then you know that the generals are kind of in on it together, and there's no way that these prisoners are going to be able to trick them or to, you know, get them to do what they
exactly.
want.
Like he's a rule bending major,
right? Exactly. So these rule benders themselves have no chance.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and it's also why I think they end up like respecting him and latching onto him.
Yeah, that's
because
a good point.
he's also pragmatic in the sense that he doesn't care for like pointless rules. Which for some of them, it's the reason, you know, some of them are in prison for, you know, rules that, you know, maybe shouldn't have applied. Like I think Charles Bronson's background is pretty understandable too.
Yeah, doesn't he kill someone that like killed his someone that was personal to him, or
no? He's the one who killed the medic.
Oh,
because they were in a trench being locked down, and the medic was scared for his life and ran. But he's got all the medical supplies.
Right.
So he was the medic was committing treason basically. Yeah. So
in that action would lead all of his men to be killed as well.
Exactly. Like it was harmful to the mission. So he shot the medic so that the medical supplies didn't run away.
Right.
And I love that Lee Marvin's answer to that too, the Major, is he just goes, "You got caught." He's like, that was the issue.
You shouldn't have let somebody see it.
Yeah, exactly.
You idiot.
Yeah, because he's just as much of a rule. Like he's acknowledging, I understand why you did it. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have got caught.
Rules are rules, and you fucked it up.
Yeah. Exactly. If you're gonna bend the rules, don't get caught bending them.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's kind of the attitude that the whole film takes, as, you know, again, about 2 hours of this is just hangout training.
Yep.
It's just he's training the Dirty Dozen to go and perform an infiltration mission where they're going to go into Germany. They're going to infiltrate a Nazi chateau where they are all, I guess they celebrate their vacations there. And they are going to basically run in. And it's not kill anyone specific. It's literally just kill as many
everyone
as you can.
Yeah.
Which is just such a loose mission.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, you assume, obviously, if they're hanging at a Nazi party, they're all probably Nazis. But you also don't know. So it's like, it's kind of like you're watching all these women and men that aren't in uniform also be slaughtered and all that. So it just gives this off feeling. Like, you know that they're probably Nazis, so it doesn't make you feel terrible. But
yes,
there is that bit where you're like, I wasn't told they weren't Nazis. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
there's a bit of dirtiness there.
I found this also interesting because this is something that I thought Tarantino kind of did in Inglourious Bastards, which is an idea of he still weaponizes violence as the horrifying thing it is, even when it's being done to terrible people. Like it still makes you kind of cringe.
Yeah,
like you're still kind of
sure.
and I do think that there's something interesting happening here too, which is like you have no disagreement with the mission that's going on, but there is still something like weirdly inhuman about watching people like pour gasoline on other people, you know?
And then just chuck multiple grenades.
Yeah,
like,
and watching people squirm for their life, and you're just like...
even though you're like, well, I know you're Nazi, I guess, but I still see a little bit of humanity in you, and it's just like, fuck. Like, it still gives you that.
It's enough to still act as horror, and I do think that there's something, you know, cinematically interesting about that, you know,
absolutely
idea in the way that they deploy it.